What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Future Successors podcast, where the future is now. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Masai Watson. Today I'm here with
Maya Ford, and today we have the pleasure of being here with the owners of Scale and Skinny from Nappy Roots.
Hey,
out of Kentucky though, but Scales is
yeah, how you doing? I'm Scales. This is my brother Skinny DeVille, and yes, we're the owners of we're part of Nappy Roots as well as owners of Nantucket Grill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Brady. I know we already talking about sports. I want to hear the starting five all the time.
Oh,
I'm gonna go first. I like Kyrie at the one.
Oh man, that's hard.
I like Kobe at the two.
Okay.
I got Bron at three.
Ooh, you got one.
I got Giannis at the four.
Ooh.
And I got Jokic at the five.
Okay.
We didn't okay, you're young. Obviously,
young.
you're a lot younger. I'm gonna run my quick list off. Magic at the point. MJ at the two. How you lead MJ? MJ at the two. Bron at the three. Ooh, you said Giannis. That's a good one at the four. But to keep it quick, I'm gonna go with Giannis at the four.
Okay.
That's
he's KD.
And
KD tough too now.
KD. You know what? I'm gonna go with Giannis at the four. Let's do Shaq at center.
Okay.
Ooh, I want a large one, but I stick with Shaq.
I'm not gonna have no positions on this one.
All right, that's
I'm gonna go with impact and influence. Jordan, Kobe, I would say LeBron. You know, I like Ray Allen, and let me think. Steph Curry will be the five that I actually like appreciate in what they brought to the game. I don't care about your position. It's more so your influence overall.
Steph changed the game.
Okay.
Like he can't miss most of the time. But Jordan is amazing to bring his team up. LeBron, of course, for many things, and bringing his whole family and his friends up when he came up.
Alright.
Kobe, just for coming straight out of high school and changing the game and trying to be like Jordan, but being his own version of Jordan. And Ray Allen, because he changed the game for me. Just coming from the Celtics and getting into acting and doing what he did on that one movie, he got game. But I felt like when I was paying attention, he didn't miss either. So I like shooters.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I think I'm more of a football person, but if I had to tell who I gotta go with, I'm gonna go with Cole because he's, even though in sports in general, he's been pretty impactful for me. I'm gonna take Steph because I like somebody who changed the game. I'm gonna take Giannis. That's what that three right now.
That's two with Giannis. That's three. That's three with Giannis.
And then I'm gonna take Kyrie for sure.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put Shaq. I'm gonna put Shaq in there.
Shaq,
yeah, because you know what?
Yeah.
Two of the most influential players to really make an impact after basketball is Shaq and Charles Barkley. Barkley has shown us how to make a living, as well as Magic. So yeah I think that's an interesting list to have Giannis on three of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can say we're gonna get our next question, but for me, I didn't watch basketball like that. But I can say with basketball becoming, it's not as popular as football, becoming more popular.
Yes.
Giannis's story and
absolutely.
the reason of why him getting it out, him bringing his family, because me personally, I didn't watch Bron bring his friends up. I heard about it. I was a little younger, so I didn't really pay attention. But I've seen Giannis do that work, put it in, bring his brother in,
Two brothers.
and stuff. That for me is that's dope. That's something that his hard work I can relate to. So speaking of how we change things up, how do you feel like the relationships that you met and built over the years, how does that help y'all where y'all at today?
Okay.
Everything. I mean, I'll say a lot. Very impactful from college. Like me and him met in college.
Okay.
You know, just the idea of going to college and pursuing a higher education, it led to way more than just education. It led to those relationships you just asked about. And those relationships to this day, over 25 years later, still are very impactful in my life. You know, from 25 years ago to people I met 10 years ago, our business is full of people who we have long relationships with, who we trust. You know, trust is built over time. So, you know, it's very impactful for me. I make it a point to nurture those relationships. I always try to keep them and to give into them. you know, you got to water those relationships and keep them growing.
Yeah. Networking is key. You don't really understand that in high school.
Right.
You're just kind of going through and trying to get out of there. Because some people might be mean, some people are nice, some people, you know, have their own ulterior motives to it. When you get to college, you meet people from more so all over the country, all over the place, that are kind of going in the same direction you are. And those people that are going the same direction with you at the same time, you kind of want to, it's best when y'all travel together for a little while. Everybody's going to still do their thing, but if y'all can travel together with that same ideas that I want to be better than I was, or get up every day and pursue this thing that I'm paying for, or I'm blessed to get a scholarship for, or, you know, I'm going to come out with debt. You know, I met my wife in college. You know, I met Scales, I met a lot of the good friends I have now through college. And then, like Scales said, I met a lot of people on the road as Nappy Roots. But what I've also learned is a lot of people that you meet necessarily won't be your friends. They might just be associates, you know what I'm saying? But your network is who you know, you might need them for this, they might need you for that, but you know it's a good deal when both of y'all get something out of that actual, you know, that situation. So everybody might not be your best friend, but everybody, if you go in the same direction, you can probably also benefit from that relationship. And so college helped me learning about life and how to handle people. Like I said, everybody's not your friend, but that don't mean they hate you. You gotta hate them. Y'all might not ever speak again, but you gotta be cordial and be able to treat people how you want to be treated. And I think that's what I learned in college as well as just living life. Is just you're gonna meet people, and everybody ain't gonna be there for you. As long as you're there for them, that might help out. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I took that in real good.
Like, how did y'all handle like the ups and downs? Cause just like anything gonna be sweet now. I know life gonna hit you at some point.
Yeah.
What was your conflicts and what did you do to like resolve them?
I mean, for me, this is Skinny talking. You take the good with the bad. You know, if you had a good day, appreciate that good day. And then when it's a bad day, you just try to remember the good day you had and use that to get through the bad day. You know, every day's not gonna be up. You know, life is squiggly lines and circles, and you got back to zero, and you got to start over again. You know, I've started over several times. I've had money, lost it, spent it, found it, lucked up, got it again, spent that, paid some bills here, you know, and that's how life is. Everyone just doesn't shoot straight up all the time, because you don't want to do that, because you won't be able to understand the lows and the losses. You got to take them as waves. And I say it like a surfer. You got to be a surfer, dude. You got to ride it. Like, you're going to fall off the board, but you get back on it and you keep riding those waves. Sometimes it'll be a little wave, sometimes it'll be a big wave. And you enjoy it while you can, because every day is not promised. And again, your network, your friends, they will help you through those tough times, as you should be there for them. And you go through it together to where it's not so bad. And I'm 49. You know, when I was 18, I didn't know what to expect. I was just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, thinking, you know, the world is my oyster, and I was going to take it from, you know, for success. And I didn't accept failure. You know, I'm not the one to say, oh, it's over, we lost. And I'm like, nah, man, you know, it's just a day. Tomorrow's going to be better than today, and I wake up thinking that every day. I make my bed, I open my blinds, and I go for it every day.
I second everything Skinny said, man. You gotta appreciate. You gotta find the wins. You gotta find the small wins that keep you going. And like you said, every day is gonna be rough. It's gonna be a new challenge, but at some point you'll learn to appreciate the challenge. Like you don't want it easy. Like you said, you learn to appreciate the challenge, because there's no better feeling than overcoming a challenge. Like, it almost get addictive. It's like, okay, what can I do next?
Yeah.
What can I knock out? Now I killed that. What else is in front of me? You know, you start taking on that accountability and responsibility, and it's become fun.
I can say, most definitely, when I started with this program with Future Successors, because I went to school in Atlanta. I'm from here. Like, I went to Ways. Like, she started with me at Kit Ways. Being from where I'm from, how do you feel? Like, I can say, when I was younger, it was go to college, go to college, go to college.
Right.
But now people are changing their message of, you don't gotta go to college, you gotta do something. You don't gotta go to college, but you need. how do you feel? Like, what would y'all say to like us? We 18, we just graduated high school, we finna go to college. Like, what would you say to kids like us?
Yeah. Well, I have three kids. I have my oldest is 24, and he went to Langston Hughes, and he didn't want to go to college, so he took the Europe program and learned coding. And they picked from several different schools, and I guess they were doing really good in their classes, and they got invited to be a part of this program. They learned coding at Atlanta Metro. And he got out, he took a 6-year apprenticeship there, and he got an apprenticeship at GE, and he got the highest paid gig when he got out of that program. And I was like, yo, he said he didn't want to go to college because he didn't want to be in debt as soon as he got out of that. And so at 19, he was working at GE. And my daughter, I just took her to school a couple of days ago to Fort Valley. And she wanted to go to college. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to go to an HBCU. And I was like, why don't you just go right around the corner? Like, so I can keep an eye on you, and whatever you need, you know, I got you. But she wanted to go there and be on her own. My youngest son is 15, and he don't know what he want to do. He just plays football right now for his school in Douglas. He goes to Chapel Hill. And that's the path he at right now. He wants to take at 15. And so if you don't want to go to school, like I agree, you got to do something. You can't just graduate high school and sit on your mama's couch. Yes. And if you just go and just get a fast food job or a low-paying job, you're not really applying what, to me, I came from Louisville, Kentucky, where there's not a lot of opportunity for people to look like us. And I moved my whole family down there because the music business was good for me at the time that I was trying to take care of my family. And Atlanta is a dope city if you want to network and figure out who you want to be and be around people that look like us. And there's only a few cities that do that, but Atlanta's the only city that does networking like how we do. And I'm proud of that. Even when we get into beer, there's a circle around us. But you got to do something, because Atlanta can also be a trap, where if you just sit around and do nothing, you end up being a water boy. Or you end up in a strip club, or if you shoot low. And I'm not saying strippers don't make money, but no one just wants to get out of high school and be a stripper. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you try a couple things and if something didn't work out, you still become a nail technician or a nurse. You still do some things. I think dancing is a way to get through school, and no one will hate you for that or look down on you, or like there's all kind of ways in Atlanta. There's all kind of jigs and moves that you can do to be who you are. But you got to do something. It's not like, I see a lot of people that come by our brewery every day that didn't do nothing. They ask for $1. They need some water. They hang out there when it's rainy under our carport. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see a lot of people that didn't try and apply themselves every day outside of my brewery. And it's like, I tell my kids that. I'm like, I look at people every day that didn't want to try. Even my youngest, I'm like, man, you got to get up, make your bed. Let's get on it, man, get your study. So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I think it's a difference between like failing and not applying yourself.
Yes.
It is. It is. But applying yourself is the first part to get to failure. Failure is the end result. Not applying yourself is the beginning.
Yeah, you don't really fail because you learn something from it. Like, you definitely learn, and you want to fail early. Like, you know, get the failures out. But yeah, it's a beautiful time to be 18, graduating high school, because you're right. It ain't the regular model that we had. Listen, go to college, get a job, get married. Nah, you do what you want now. Like, you got all this information at your disposal. So many different career paths. Like you said, your son didn't even go to college. He's coding, which is the future. You know, it's one of the top jobs in the future for Americans. And yeah, man, just be open to it. I even tell people, look, take a year out. You know, I know they say you gotta do something, but listen, man, if you ever gonna travel, that is when you want to travel. Go see if you're able to. A lot of black people don't have the resources to get up and travel, but this is the time when you shouldn't feel so pressured to get it right.
Right.
Don't feel so pressured to get it right. Enjoy life. You don't even know yourself right now. You know, so take your time and figure it out. You might be in the wrong major. You could be, like, you have no idea. Most people aren't using what they went to school for. So, you know, because they jump right in. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with doing nothing for a year. But no, don't sit on the couch. Like, that is truly nothing. I mean, I think it's okay to do what you want to do. Like, to explore yourself. Explore the country, travel, man.
And like,
it's a great time.
like Scale said, like now is the time, because when you do, you know, try to start a family, or you get one child would change your life completely.
Yeah.
It's not about you no more, it's about that child. But now is the time to take that $100 and try to flip it to 1,000, and take that 1,000 and try to make 10, and that 10 to make 20, and that 30. Once you get a child, that $100 going to that diapers and the daycare, and his baby mama or the baby daddy, y'all working together to raise this kid, y'all in an apartment. You don't have the ability to go off and just do something, and I don't use the word fail, but you know, you're gonna go through some things trying to open up and do things. Now is the time, because when you get 30, 40, you can't take those mistakes. A lot of people don't. They work a full-time 40-hour-week job. They might be in a career they want, and some people don't, and they hate their job, and you can see it in their face. They get old real easy, and they're too scared to make those chances and those decisions at an old age because they have so much behind them. They got 2 or 3 kids now. They got a wife. You know, their parents are old. You know, they got a mortgage. You can't really risk living your dreams out, and some people do. I'm not saying you can't, but you got to have a plan for that. And so now is the time to make good on what you want to do, like Scale said, now, because you'll end up doing what you got to do later. And you're going to be in a much different situation than you are now. If I can go back and tell my 25-year-old self I was going to run a brewery, I would have paid more attention in college and took certain classes like biology and chemistry. I would have paid more attention to agriculture. You know, I would have probably drank more beer to figure out what the beers we're making now. You know, I got into the beer game at 40. You know, I've been in the rap game since I was 25. And if you're going to be a rapper, you better figure out real soon what you're going to do when you're through rapping, because it's going to happen. And you cannot be a superstar working at Burger King or the Sears teleservice answering phone calls. You're going to feel like shit. Excuse me, I don't know.
And I'll say this to young people, to y'all, man. Y'all got one thing. Make sure you invest. When you said $100, you can get in the stock market right now with $50. And the one thing that y'all have that is most important in investing in the stock market is time. If I did what I'm doing now, at 18, bro, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on my own island. Because it's that easy to start with $100 right now. Go to Robinhood, go to Webull, go to your bank, start a brokerage account. Get you a brokerage account, it's free. Put your $100 in there. You can find videos that'll tell you what to buy. You know, I would say I could tell you some of the stocks to buy, but just put your $100 in, lose the passcode, and just keep putting $100 in every chance you get. By the time you're 30, you have $1 million. So easy, so easy. I can't do that because I'm 47 now, and I didn't start till I was 46. But I wish I did it at 18. And I would be rich. It's that simple. So yes, you don't have to go to college.
You don't.
In this day and age.
But you got to do something.
You gotta do something.
Like y'all both went to college and y'all both roommates. Me and my dog right there.
Yeah.
Sitting down, taking notes right there.
Fondest time in your life?
Yeah, we're gonna have to try to balance like the how can I say it? The social life and the hard work life.
Do the hard work first.
Hard work.
Do the hard work first, and you can party on Saturday night all you want, but don't party every day because your homies are doing it. And the fear of missing out is where a lot of people mess up in life. But just get the work done, man. Take the early classes so you can have the afternoon off. Some people don't like waking up early and they want to take the noon to 3 o'clock classes, but all they homies is partying and kicking it at noon to 3. And now you feel like, now you start missing class because you're going to hang out with your knucklehead friends who ain't going to end up graduating with you. They're going to want you to go with them because, oh, come on, man. Don't buy into that. Like, get it done. Take 8 o'clock classes. Get up early. Get ahead of everybody that's sleeping. That's the whole thing that I think that a lot of people miss out on is the early bird gets the worm. But the cat gets the bird who gets the worm. So be the cat. Don't be the bird. Get in there and get up early and always be on the hunt for the next opportunity. And I feel like you'll be much better than everybody else that's slacking, slipping, and trying to party and kick it because it's a slippery slope. And you got rollerblades on and the incline is almost 90 degrees. Like it ain't what you want at the end of the day to party and kick it and you didn't do the work, you know. You can party every day when you get out of school.
I appreciate that. You heard that? We gotta work hard. They worked hard. It was great seeing y'all today.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having us.
Talking to y'all ladies.
Yeah.
And And I really wish y'all well.
Yeah, you're already on the right path already. You're here doing this. I don't know where your kind of contemporaries are, but they're probably not here asking people how to do